Hi and welcome to my ATM developed using VBA. So I'm going to enter the PIN number. There, that's the right PIN number. Supposing I enter an invalid PIN number, this is what will happen. You see that? Okay, let's clear that and enter another right PIN number. There we go. So we now have different services to select from. So let's say we would like to select loan service. There we go. You see the cursor there, and you just need to enter how much you intend to borrow and how many years. Let's say 10 years at the interest rate of 3.5. Click on that. There we go. Enter your name in there. Let's say your name is, let's say, Henry Moore. Alright, that's your name, and you want your receipt. That's the receipt. It goes in there. Okay, we can also clear it and enter another customer's details in there. Number of years, 12. There, and just click on loan. There we go. And the name can be maybe Stone. There, let's add that. Okay, that is how this one works. Okay, now supposing we want to deposit some amount in there. Okay, in the case of that means we're gonna have to select the deposit here. Okay, right, enter your name there. Let's say Kingland Field. That's your name, and account number, sort code, and right here you have the amount you intend to deposit. Okay, just click on that, and there we go, guys. So what I will do now is to take you guys straight into development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now. Hi and welcome to Excel ATM system. Right there, have my developer menu there. If you don't have your developer menu, you are advised to go to files, then right here select option, and inside option come to customize ribbon right there, and there make sure the developer menu right here, make sure it's checked. Okay, once you check it, just click on OK, and that's all there is to it. Then you get this very menu up there. The next thing you need to do is select Visual Basic, or you can always press Alt F11 to get to your Visual Basic. If I select that now, you come to the Visual Basic development environment right here, or Visual Basic editor. Or now go to Insert, User Form, click on User Form right there, and you get your form. The next thing I like to do is to set or define the size of this form. For the height, I'm going to go for approximately 600 plus right here. Let's go for 673, and for the width I would go for 1013. Let's move this up maybe so that you guys can see the width, or maybe just move it somewhere here, right there. There. I'm going to make that 1013 right there. So let's snap this one back on there. Okay, so that is done. So the next thing I would like to do now is I'm going to come in here into the tools. If you don't have your tools, that's it right here. That's your tools there. So I will select the frame. Okay, I need a couple of those. So I can just even copy this. Hold down the control and just copy. Repeat the same thing. One here. And another one here. Okay, so these are the one I'm just going to maybe increase that much and bring it down here. Okay, next thing, let me grab some buttons on board. Okay, let's come into tools here and add the following buttons. So I'm going to need one here. Yeah, for that, off about that much, and maybe one more, couple more. Copy all of those, paste. Let's bring it down a little bit down there. Those are my buttons in place, but I need two buttons here. Copy this, let's paste it in here, 1 and 2. Let's paste another one. Okay, move this up a little bit and select those two. Copy those two, paste them in here. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Now, this very frame, let's see if we can change. We should be able to change the back color really. I'm going to change that to something, yeah, that's fine. Okay, and the next thing I'd like to do now is let's assign some values in here. See all of this content in here. Let's see if we can get rid of them anyway. Let's delete that. Delete. Okay, I finished deleting the text content on each of the buttons. So what I'll do is to select the buttons individually and add my images. I think I have one here, but the images, you must make sure it's a bitmap image. Okay, else the system will refuse to accept any other type of image. It has to be bitmap. Alright, let's do the same thing for this one. Yeah, that's good. Now we need to enter 1 to 9 here. We need 3 here. Okay, you get the whole idea. So I'm going to kind of like maybe speed it up to save us some time. Okay, that is it, all done. Now all we need to then do is we need to add some labels here, and in that very one, first thing first, let me change the font size to something a little bit readable. So let's go for maybe 14 and just change that to balance. Just going to copy that really. That's fine. Select today. Okay, copy. Let's paste it. One here. And one up there. So I'm going to call that loan. And this will be called deposit. Will be withdrawal. Let's call it withdrawal. Okay, now let's realign that. Align right, and the same thing applies to this one. Align it right, or maybe get down onto the center and see. Alright, that's not too bad. Up a little bit. I move this one down just a little bit more. Okay then. Yeah. Now the next thing is, let's add another label right here in the center, and that very label, let's add a border to it. Okay, and change the font. Let's go for 14 as well, and get whatever content is added, get it centered. Yeah. Now I'm going to delete the stuff in there, and I'll change the name to LBL display. Okay, this is LBL balance, LBL label or loan, LBL loan, and this is LBL withdraw. Okay, let's change this to withdraw, get rid of those two, and this is LBL deposit. Yeah, and as you know, this one should be BTN1 and so on, so we're gonna have to speed that up. BTN1, BTN2, and so on. That's 2, 3, 4, BTN5, BTN6, BTN7, BTN8, BTN9, BTN0, and here BTN enter. And BTN cancel. Right, so all those are taken care of. Okay, they all have a name now, so what I'll do now is I'm going to disable these 4 buttons when the systems are running. So let's double click on the form, and I'll be using form initialize, this very one. So let's go for btn loan.enable, do that again, tn loan.enable equals false. Okay, now copy that, btn balance there, btn deposit, btn, I think that will be withdraw there. Okay, let me show you guys the interface. That's it. That's how it looks. When I run it now, all of those should be grayed out, so you cannot do anything with them until you enter the right pin number there. So what I'm talking about is when you double click here, so let's go for, we use an if statement. If LBL display dot caption equals 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we want all of these to become true. So only when you get it right, it all becomes true. So let's say end if. Alright, so let's copy this and use else if else if the number we have in there is 235. Okay, another else if that is, let's go for 3 4 5 6. Another else if, so we go for 4 5 6 7 there. Okay, and else we want this to display a message box. Invalid pin. Okay, that's it. I should do that. All right, so I can maybe just see if we could indent that. Okay, let's now just indent it this way so that you guys can see it. Okay, it's readable now. So, but before, one thing first, let me save this because I have not saved it, which is a very bad practice. So let's save. I'm gonna call that XL_ATM. Let's save it somewhere. Yeah, save it in my ATM folder. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's change this to enable macro, right? Okay, make sure you save it. The save type must be enable macro, Excel macro enabled. Click on OK. So let's run it and see. Okay, if we won't be able to enter anything just yet because I need to write some lines of code in there. Okay, so let's double click on this and use this. Display equals display plus 1. All right, that is for button 1. Button 2, the same thing. Button number 3, paste. Number 4, and 5. 6. Okay, I've entered the lines of code for all the buttons. So let's try this out and see. We have 1, 2. Let's mess it up. Invalid. So can we clear the clear? It's not working yet. So double click on the clear and just take care of the clear there. Okay, so when we clear, let's lock up all of these as well. Copy that and paste that right inside clear button there. So run it again. So we enter invalid again. Yeah, clear. Let's enter valid there. Okay, so that's fine. Now we should be able to use this to activate whatever is in here. Okay, now that we have that working, cancel is not doing anything yet. So maybe cancel, we can just exit out of the system. So for cancel, double click on cancel and enter the following lines of codes. So let's just call that ATM system. So we come in here, we click on cancel. The system asks you to confirm if you want to cancel there. So that is cancel taken care of as well. Those are the lines of code for cancel. All right, Now the next thing I like to do is to design this very interface here. So let's come in here. We need as follows: label, okay, and I'm gonna need a couple of, I'm gonna need text box as well. Yeah, get this one some board, copy. So let's speed up the design of this interface. Okay, I speed up the design of the interface. This is how it looks like. Alright, so what I'll do now is at runtime I want these ones to be, I want them disabled as well. So let's see what they are. Let's get the names of each of them. So that's going to be BTN, loan system. This is reset, and exit. Right. So let's go to from initialize, right down here. Let's take that up a little bit so that you can see it. Yeah, there we go. Right here. So let's come there and just disable all of that in there for anyway. Let's copy 3 more and change the names around as exit, and that is reset, and this will be reset. There. Now copy these 4 lines of codes, come right in here and double click on loan. The loan will be the one to enable it back to true. Okay, so if you get the pin number right, this will enable that. So if we run it, let's run it and see. Okay, let's say the pin number is incorrect. Let's enter another pin number. Yeah, so the loan, yeah, you see that, guys. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of the first part of this tutorial. See you guys later, and bye for now.